The cities of Taylor and Dearborn Heights are very excited about this proposal and project that we have. Kind of started back in the spring. In fact, the Chamber had a big part in this. You may not even be aware of it. You always have the tale of two cities. So I spoke after Mayor O'Reilly, and I mentioned the Van Born corridor and that Masco was leaving and the hope of regenerating economic development along the corridor. Out in the audience was the president of Ford Land Development, who is a member, I believe, of the Chamber. So after the meeting, he came up to me and he said, the bosses have told me to go find a place that I can house over 1,000 engineers while we're redoing all the buildings along Oakwood. Do you think any of that property over there would be available? And I said, you know what? Let's pursue this. I said, I'll get a hold of the Mayor of Taylor. I know he knows the Masco people very well. And so about 3 weeks later at the Dearborn Heights City Hall, Mayor Sollers, myself, a representative from Masco, and the president of Ford Land all met. And there they talked about the fact that Ford Land was very interested in the Masco property. And then they told both mayors, you can't say anything, we got to let this go through our board of directors and our PR will take care of it. But we think this might be a solution. And sure enough, about another month or two, they released a press release, and Ford Motor Company was moving into the Masco properties and had interest in the Super Kmart next door that had closed. So in connection with that, Mayor Sollers and I are very good friends. I have the highest respect for him. I believe Taylor, the city of Taylor, is very blessed to have him as mayor. And he's also just a very good friend. I enjoy his family immensely. And he's got roots in Dearborn Heights. His wife used to work for the court. So the mayor knows a lot of my police officers. He's good friends with Lee Gavin and the court employees. So it's been a very good, close relationship between Dearborn Heights and Taylor. And we talked about doing something for development. In fact, I met with him, every once in a while I run into him and his family at Panera Bread over here in Eureka. I like Paneras. So, and we talked about what if the two communities get together and work on a plan to generate more economic development along Van Born and the Van Born corridor. And out of that idea, since we both have the same consulting engineers and planners, Wade and Trim and their impact division, it was a natural. So a few months ago we had a meeting. Impact went ahead, gave us a presentation, and we were very, very excited about what we saw. And we wanted to continue this. So both communities have agreed to split 50-50 the cost of the study, and the study is going to be done by Impact, a little over $100,000. And out of that, it's our intent to make Van Born corridor the next hot spot in the county. And I want to introduce two of the partners. Mayor Sollers, unfortunately, I talked to him yesterday. His schedule did not permit him to be here today, but we have also George Sutherland, who's the Economic Development Director for the City of Taylor, and he has some roots in Dearborn Heights, which I'll let him talk about. But let me introduce Mr. Sutherland.
Thank you, Mayor. The mayor's sorry that he couldn't attend today. However, you know, there has been so much growth going on in Taylor lately. If you look at what has happened to the Southland Mall and all the development in there, and then you got Menards on the south end of Eureka coming in and with 80 acres, that the mayor had sent me on a task to make sure that we get ahead of that, right? Look at traffic studies. How can we improve the commercial and residential flow within that corridor? Here's another opportunity with Ford coming into the Van Born corridor, we also have such a good work relationship with the mayor, and I'm actually a resident of Dearborn Heights. And as a kid, I worked at Van Born store worked for Murray's for 30 years, and I used to manage the Murray store. So I'm very familiar with that corridor, and there hasn't been anything much happening in that corridor in, I don't know, 30 years that I've been there. So this is huge. This is such an exciting venture that we're partaking with the Dearborn Heights. We look forward to it. I think there's going to be good things to happen. Development breeds development. You look at, again, like I said, Menards and Southland Mall. Eureka Corridor is the hottest corridor in Michigan right now. You can't even find space there. So as soon as Ford comes in there, you'll start seeing everybody start buying up property and businesses coming in there. So we just want to get ahead of that and make sure that we do well by that corridor and make sure we beautify it. We make sure residents and commercial businesses can get in there and navigate through that corridor. But I'd like to again thank the mayor and everybody else for coming out here tonight.
Thank you. Today is actually going to be somewhat of a workshop, and any and all of you that wish to attend that, you're more than welcome. The person that's putting that together and is the project manager for Moyden Trim is Dave Anthony. I'd like to call on Dave to come up and kind of outline all the good things you have in store for the two cities and the quarter.
Well, we're just kicking things off today, and we're going to be sharing some information that we've collected over the last 4 weeks. Everything from land use and zoning to traffic and updated traffic counts, as well as some initial ideas that our team of planners and landscape architects have come up with to start to facilitate some discussion on the vision and framework that we want to carry forward in the next couple of weeks and months. So we're going to use this as a touching off point to really get the project kicked off and get everybody thinking about what we can see as the vision for the Van Born corridor. It has a lot of opportunities, in particular with the Masco move and Ford Land and Ford Motor Company moving into that property. It's a synergistic type of time for us to be involved in a project like this, and we're very fortunate to be able to work with both Dearborn Heights and the City of Taylor to make this all happen. So look forward to talking to you guys further on as we get to develop some of our ideas along with the stakeholders for this project. Thank you.
One thing I might add, is the meeting going to be here?
It's going to be upstairs in our boardroom.
Okay, is there enough for?
There's plenty of room.
Okay, so if you want to attend, a couple of things that the two mayors have talked about, we thought, and the planner kind of suggested, and we thought it made a lot of sense, is once we have kind of an idea what we'd like to do, giving that area maybe special signage. The other thing is we could alter the ordinances of both communities. And I want to say right from the beginning, Taylor and Dearborn Heights are not competing for the businesses along the corridor. We see a business that comes in on Taylor benefiting Dearborn Heights and vice versa. So what we thought of is one common set of rules, so to speak, for businesses coming in, so that you pick the best spot for your business. We want you, and as you indicated, economics development will breed economic development. And so those are the common things that a business will be able to know what the rules are going to be, and we want to do is be as speedy as we can to get somebody who has a project up and running as quickly as they can. So I don't know if there were any questions for any of us. Anybody had? If not, we just adjourn for upstairs. Okay, thanks for coming.
It's exciting.
Yeah.